Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. Um, wait, with the weekly sign readings, I no longer offer the spiritual path readings. I offer ancestral lineage readings. Okay. So yeah, if you're keen to book me, I also offer one-on-one sessions, slash life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. And you can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon. If you'd rather join my Patreon instead, you can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So I'm channeling a series of unfortunate events, right? And I'm being drawn. I channeled that from the Wheel of Fortune reversed, but now I'm seeing the Chariot reversed. Further confirmation here, yeah. A series of unfortunate events. We have the Six of Cups reversed. So someone did something that they can't undo. Okay, the Six of Cups reversed energy speaks of actions, words that cannot be taken back, right? It's like there's things that you can say and there's things that you can't say, there's things that you can do and there's things that you can't do. Those things that can't be done is because once they're done, there's no going back. Those things that can't be said is because once they're said, there's no going back, right? It's like declarations of actions and words that we as people house within ourselves. Like someone can do something and regret it for their whole entire life. Someone can say something and regret it for their whole entire life, right? So as I'm channeling this series of unfortunate events, it's like this person, they know that something is coming. Like this person is well aware that something is coming. I see that this person has been in this energy for a very long time of anticipation. They've been anticipating their own doom. Okay. They've been anticipating their own doom. They've made decisions and choices that they can't come back from. Words were spoken, actions were taken that they can't come back from. We have the Knight of Wands. Someone did a lot. Like someone did a lot. And the way they did it, it's like they had this aim and intention. It's like when they were doing what they were doing, they were sowing their own seeds, and they're going to reap what they've sown. They were making their own bed that they have to now lay in. It's like an eternal bed rest, you know, where you make that bed, you have to lay in it for good. Someone did something, someone said something here, and it's multiple things, right, that was spoken and said. It's a lot. It's not just one or once off. It's a lot, right? Confirmation, bless me. So this person did a lot. They said a lot. Confirmation. We have justice trying to show itself here. Someone is in a state of karma. Their life is in karma. They're anticipating their own doom because they know they have a lot of karmic debts to pay. Someone owes a lot of karmic debt. So this is someone who, you remember when in our community, the spiritual community, when we were popularized and trending, a lot was taken out of context about our culture, our ways. Things like astral projection, and astral travel were normalized. Leaving your body was normalized and trendy, and this thing that now is encouraged. You see YouTube videos or Instagram reels or TikToks, or back then there was no TikTok when it was trending the way it was. This person fell into the whole concept of spirituality in a sense of, like, this person only tapped into spirituality because it was trending. They tapped into spirituality because it was trending, not because they had a gift or they knew what they were doing or they had anything tied to them that had a calling or purpose of what they were trying to do. This would be the same person that would wear the crystals and all these things and buy the cards and speak these affirmations and all these just because that's what's trending. It wasn't based on their true authentic individuality. It wasn't based on their true authentic identity. That's not who they are. That's who they thought they should be, because this person, they cared about clout. It was popular back then to talk about the chakras. If you think about it, if you've been walking this path for as long as you have, and reflecting, understanding that a lot of people, not just this person, so many people have fallen into things. But this person in particular, the way they've fallen into this, because they were not led, they were not called, they were not chosen and appointed to be in a specific position within any form of gift. They were desperate to have a gift. Not because, oh, I want to help, I want to this, I want to that, I want to be of this. No, I just want what it comes with. This person was only concerned about what it came with. When you have your spiritual jewelry on, people look at you a certain type of way. So this person would wear spiritual jewelry just to be looked at a certain type of way, not because of its symbolic significance or its energy and property of what it's meant for. No. I know when I wear an evil eye bracelet, everybody gonna look at me and like I'm gonna like this person. This class of low IQ, it pisses me off just a different way, in a different way. So this person was desperate for a gift, and they were desperate to be in alignment with a destiny and a fate that is tied to spiritual power. So someone in that position of desperation, the things that they're willing to do, and because they're playing within the spiritual realm, this person, when astral travel, astral projection was a thing, a trend, a concept, and it was not depicted in its truth. When spirituality came out to the world, so many got taken by it because they did not understand it, and it seemed like so much fun to leave your body. It was fun to exit your body and travel with your soul. Oh my God. Now that's why the messages in the energy within the tarot community are the way that they are. So many people have left their bodies. That's why so many people are out of their minds, out of their hearts, out of their spirit, because they've been out of their body. This person is one of them. They wanted to be popular in their community because of being perceived a certain type of way by the people in the community. Their only concern was that you know that now I'm spiritual and I'm powerful because I wear these things and what, like, it was not based on their own individual journey, path, and walk within the spiritual realm. They were just doing what everyone was doing. So best believe when astral travel, leaving your body, was a trend, they tapped in. This person been out of their body, and the effects of leaving their body are only hitting now, because they didn't just astral travel, astral project. No, they did so much more than that. This is the person who, they were not looking at spirituality as a way to heal from their trauma and rise above the adversity of their life and be the David of their own story with their own Goliath. No, they didn't care about that. They were worried about, you know what? I gotta be seen a certain type of way. These cards carry power. Okay, these cards are powerful. They be wearing them evil eye and playing with it so that people know it's on. Like, you know what? Man, you remember when it was popular? It was popular, oh, burn sage or burn incense or do this. And this one, this woman, this man, they were only concerned about doing the negative things of spirituality, the bad things, the things of darkness with spirituality. Hence, they even left their body to begin with. It's like there's balance in the universal laws of life. Someone out there also tried astral projection, but they were doing it with an aim not based on impurity. It was not based on darkness. So they didn't go to a dark place when they left their body. And therefore they could return fully intact because they didn't wander off to any dark realm. They kept being of the light. It starts with you. If you want to leave your body, make sure you are a good person so that you don't end up with the demons. Don't be leaving your body knowing you're a monster inside of you. You have an ugly heart and ugly mind. You have an ugly spirit. You wish everyone ill. You have envy and jealousy and greed and anger and rage towards people. You hurt, harm, and cause pain and trauma towards people. And you want to leave your body and think you're going to end up in a predicament of light and power. No, you go to hell. And what you've taken as you've left your body from whatever realm you ended up in, now when you return to your body, it's not you, because you have so many demons attached to you that you took from where you were. And they're in your soul. This is this person's energy. It's in their soul, beloved. It's in them. It's inside. So this is someone who came across you indirectly. This is someone who came across you indirectly. When they first encountered you, it was one of the days of their life when this was back when they were still tapped into what they were tapped into, and they were doing what they were doing. What was then is not of now. Something has happened, right? But back then, they encountered you when they were high off their ass about spirituality, thinking they know this, they figured this out, they're going to do this, they're going to do, not allowing themselves to walk a spiritual journey based on truth of their own identity. No, I'm just doing it because it's trending. I'm doing it because everybody else doing it. People ain't going to be there when you no longer have a soul, because those demons that you've now taken in your soul are using you and just living inside of you until there's nothing of you to use. This person here, when they encountered you with the Six of Swords, there was one of these days that they encountered you, one of them days when they were still tapped into what they were tapped into. They saw you. And when they did, this person then lost their damn mind because they were obsessed with your energy. They had read too much into spirituality, and they were too in the unknown to understand. They had just taken things with no depth. You know, when you do something and you don't understand the depth, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to leave my body. I'm just going to travel and go who knows where, but I'm not in my body. Who's going to be in your body when you're not? How sure are you will return to your body? And you won't take anything that's not meant to be in your body with you. This person, they became obsessed with being spiritually popular. They wanted to be the one in their own community, their life, their reality, their world. They wanted to be the popular spiritual one. They wanted everyone to come to them for spiritual things, anything spiritual. They wanted to be the guru. See, it's not a calling when you operate from that point of view. It's not a calling when that's how you're trying to be about it. Now you're just hungry for clout amongst people. Now you want to be a somebody, and you're just cloaking yourself with whatever people want to see, because it's about what people see you to be. So if you need to be spiritual and wear this and wear that for popularity, you do it. They did it. They did everything. When I say they did everything, it's not just astral travel. This person was doing so much that only is affecting them now. It's not popular no more to astral project. It was. But the effect, that's not what anyone can tell you. It's like people that have astral traveled, they won't tell you about the darkness that they still feel inside of them, that lingers because of that one time they left their body, because they know it's because they left their body. You have people that live with that truth inside of them. They feel this darkness inside of them that they can't explain, but they know it started that day when they left their body, and however many times they chose to do it because it was fun. opening themselves up to so many spirits that are ready to just take control and house themselves in your body. So many spirits that have been dead, ancient spirits that roam and need a home. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. This person didn't understand what they were doing at all. Like, this is like not even a little bit. They were literally taken by the trend of spirituality. This is not someone who was cold in who they were, in their purpose, in their north node. No, it was, it's popular. Oh, so I'm gonna do it. Best believe I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do everything because I want to be the most popular. Now that everybody is figuring themselves out in the world, and spirituality in its culture is not what the world says it is, what is this person going to do now? They were desperate to have a gift. They were desperate to be a specific somebody in their community. And they sacrificed a lot of themselves. They put in the work to sacrifice a lot of themselves to things that they don't understand. But because of what the world, you should know better than to listen to the voice of the world over your own. This person's intuition was only based on what the world is. They had no inner guidance. Their only compass, their only guidance was the voice of others and the eyes of others. When they want to be spoken about a certain type of way, they want to be spoken to a certain type of way, they want to walk a certain path of life that upholds them to a certain pedestal and a certain level. Right. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Now this person, these be the karmics. Now they're karmics. Because they've chosen a wrong path. Spirituality, the culture, the ways. If you don't align yourself with your own intuitive calling about it, and you're going based on so and so is doing it, so and so said it, so and so is gonna see me like this, like you are building a foundation of nothingness. Because as you tap into it, you're only doing it because of so and so, not because of you. So it will never be about you. This person, they didn't leave their body for wisdom and wanting power. You don't leave your body for wisdom and power and seeing all these galactic beings. Let's wake up. What the hell is that about? And why was it encouraged so much? Leave your body. You can do this. Astral projection. Abracadabra. You know, the spirit realm, the ancestors are pissed because they watch so many people just leave their body, not knowing what they're taking with them, what travels with them. You don't go into an unknown territory and think you're going to have power over an unknown dimension because YouTube said it's fifth dimension, or so and so spoke about their experience. And now it's like, oh, I'm going to do it too. For what? What's the purpose of leaving your body? Let's talk about it. What's the purpose of leaving your body? And what do you think you're going to take with you from where you've been? Because as you return within the body, you don't return fully intact. Pieces of you either get possessed, whether your mind, your heart, your spirit, your body get possessed, or you just completely get taken over by a spirit and it fully possesses your heart, your mind, your spirit, and your body. Not just one thing about you, everything. All your chakras possessed. This is this person, all these chakras, solar plexus, root, base, heart, crown, throat, everything about this person is possessed. This is someone that was so desperate to be something they weren't. They surrendered their whole entire being. This is someone who, when they don't get attention, they feel like nothing inside of them. Like, you didn't look at me the way you used to look at me when I was wearing that evil eye back 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, or whatever. You don't look at me with the same eyes when spirituality was first popular and everyone was afraid of certain things about it. This is someone who would do the things that everyone is afraid about, not understanding that there's a reason there's that fear about certain things of spirituality. The Ouija boards, remember, that was trending. They made things that trend. They made connecting to an unknown spirit. You know, spirit, oh my God, guys. Oh, it could go either way. It could take you, that spirit that you open yourself up to with whatever medium of divination you tap into. Doesn't just have to be cards or Ouija board or crystals or an idol. You know how many people are praising Oshun? Oshun means ocean, water spirits. We as humanity have no idea how deep the ocean goes and what creatures are in the water. We have no control over the wavelength and frequency and vibration of water. It exists in its own life form. And people be praising something they don't understand, thinking Oshun is some form of deity that walked earth. It's water. As Yemaya. All these things, man. In all of that, God was watching all of us. What are you going to choose to be if I give you an opportunity? We all had a decision to make. Are you going to attach yourself to a deity because of its supposed power that you researched about? Or are you going to go within and understand who you are and find your own way through it? Are you going to attach yourself to a spirit? Are you going to leave your body? This person, we all went through the test. Our small minds didn't understand what we were doing then. We didn't understand our spiritual journeys until we've walked that path. Back when it was popular, everyone was just beginning to understand it. And anything popular, a trend, it can control the person if they don't have it in them to remain grounded despite all that is happening outside of them. This person, everything that people would fear about spirituality, they'd want to claim that they've mastered it. Oh, I've mastered witchcraft. I've mastered voodoo. Oh, I've mastered black magic expression. I've mastered all of that. Oh, I've connected to this deity. It spoke to me. Like, man. and it takes you and you don't come back. Because you don't play with the spirits. You don't play with what you can't see. Queen of Cups. This person played with their spirit, kept leaving their body. This person was obsessed with astral projection and astral travel, but they were obsessed with coming into your body. The reason they continuously kept leaving their body is because they wanted to tap into yours, back to however way they discovered you or encountered you or saw you or knew of you. If they connected to you, or they chose to remain a stranger and obsessed behind the scenes, or if they did connect to you and chose to hide their obsession in plain sight. But someone was obsessed with being in your vessel, in your body. They were obsessed with entering your being. They were obsessed with possessing your chakras. They wanted to be in you. Be you. All of a sudden, there's that swap. Your spirit leaves your body and theirs enters. This person got way in their head with this. You know how many times this person tried to astral project inside of your body? How many times they tried to astral travel inside of you? This astral projection here was nothing but a projection, because it was just that cosmic mirror. That's the thing. We don't get, what does projection mean? What does projection mean? Man, you know what? Now it's coming off like this person is obsessed and they're a stalker and they're delusional. It's because they've been like this. And they've been playing with their own spirit, trying to bind it to yours in this way. They've been playing in the spirit realm, trying to find you, and so you can leave your body and they take over. And they wake up as you, and they thinking to themselves, it's going to be easy because I've been studying her, I've been studying him, I've been seeing how they are, and I can easily just come into their body and pretend to be them and live their life. Man, we got some sickos out here. That's the thing about spirituality. The culture, it's to be understood and respected with honor, integrity, dignity, values, traditions, and ethics, not to be fucked around with. The hell's wrong with people? Now, the consequences of the decisions and choices that were made, this is reflecting in their current reality. This person, when they wake up every morning, they can't control themselves. They have to literally, it's like reprogramming themselves to be a specific way. They're trying to reprogram themselves to have control of themselves, because they've given themselves and surrendered to so much and so many spirits. It's impossible to have control over themselves. This is the person that be watching videos on how to, stay in a good mind state of being. Now they want to be in their mind. How to be kind, gentle to your body. Oh, now you want to be in your body? Now you want a way to live because you're so caught up in your hell? This person then tried to possess you. She tried to possess you. There's countless times that this person has tried this. And every day they'd wake up trying to see if you were affected. If at least if it's not fully happening, they can't just fully possess you, at least little bits and pieces of themselves inside of you every day until it's fully done. So they would do this ritualistically until it's done, until they can say, you know what, I've fully done it. Until they can wake up as you. They kept trying to do it, thinking that it's affecting you. It just takes a lot more time to get it done. Like, man. So they kept leaving their body and then ending up in so many realms, so many places. So when you leave your body, you go where your spirit is. If you are someone with a dark spirit, you go to the darkness. If you're someone with a good spirit, you go to the light. And so many have left their bodies. And not everyone that left their body was a good person. You are what you attract, even in the spirit. Someone is trying to fight to stay in control of themselves. Every morning when they wake up, they have to literally convince themselves. Oh, let's, like they have to talk themselves out of insanity. They have to talk themselves out of a lot because they've left their body so much that it's all discombobulated. All their chakras are possessed. There's a spirit in their mind. There's a spirit in their heart. There's a spirit in their body. There's a spirit that just in everything that they are. And that spirit is not just one. This person is possessed by many demons. This is definitely a satanic soul, a Luciferian, who's out of control. They're out of control. The Emperor reversed. It's like completely out of control, man. So they were obsessed with possessing you. And they would stalk you every day to see if it's working. And they would try it many times with like this is someone who in their bed, when they were doing this, when they were trying to astral project, they would chant things. They would speak things. They would affirm things. Take me to their body. I want to be them. Take me to their body. I want to be. Guys. You know what? We have the Five of Wands. Now they're fighting and they're fighting a losing battle. Reversed. It fell in the reversed. It's symbolic. They're losing themselves. Just be careful what we do. Imagine understanding what you've done when it's already done and can't be undone. Understanding what you've spoken and said when it can't be taken back. You can't unsay it. It's out. This person would be on their knees every night before this astral projection, praying to how many ever deities they researched about, asking them to help them in this transition of body possessive energy. Help me leave my body and enter that person's body. Help me. Like, man. Every day he would watch. Is it working? However way they would observe the results of their insanity, because this is pure insanity. They just stalk you and observe until they became obsessed with doing it more and more and more and more. Now there's nothing left in this person. All that remains is a doppelganger. Back in the medieval times, doppelgangers were a symbol. It's like, it's not about twins. It's about the symbolicness of what it means to be a doppelganger. What we consider copycat now, in the modern times, it was also something of a common theme where there were doppelgangers. Either genetically, spiritually, they were doppelgangers. They were people trying to be like other people. In the medieval times, in the ancient times, there was someone in their cave trying to leave their body and possess another person's body. The people that used to do that back then are in a special hell of their own. Because there's something that comes with wanting to leave your body and with a certain intention of leaving your body. There's purgatory that comes afterwards. There's something you need to pay. It's a sacrifice of self. Let's say I leave my body and I don't return. What remains in my body will be a spirit, but to everyone else, they'll just be experiencing me because it looks like it's me, but it's not me. That's what doppelganger is. It's a spirit inside a different body. It's like, let's say it's you and another person, but it's clear that this is you and this is that person, and there's nothing to compare. You can't compare this to this. It doesn't look the same. And then someone's like, but I want to be this, and they want to leave their body to be this. So they'll look at this and study this and try to do exactly what this does so that they can be exactly who this is. Simply put here, back in the medieval times, doppelgangers were common. It's nothing new. It just was in the spiritual community. It was a spiritual thing. Wanting to be a doppelganger is a spiritual sacrifice. Back in those times, people that would do that would have to sacrifice themselves to be in another person's vessel, another person's body. They would go to sorcerers and magicians of darkness and pledge their own identity on a silver platter and say, I want to be that person. And they would give themselves away, whether they had to sit and allow their whole blood vessels to be drained, whether they had to sacrifice an eye so that they use it in the incantation of the work of the spell. However way, they had to give away themselves. Some people had to give away a hand, an eye, a tongue. It was literally what you were having to give away was something that you can't get back. It's that sacrifice where it's like once you're in that body, you want to remain and there's no going back. And that person, that originator of the vessel, now has to die or be trapped in another domain, in another realm, so that you as the doppelganger can be inside. It's a sacrifice. Whether you have to spill blood, take your own whatever. They used to do it back then. And the methods and techniques kept getting more complex. They kept being more of sacrifices to be made because the same magicians of darkness and the sorcerers, were also still figuring it out. It was a very complex thing, a very complex sacrifice. This person, beloved, was offering themselves and surrendering themselves to be inside of you and to possess your vessel, your body. They had been obsessed with you for so long that they knew things about you, and they thought that those things, that information they held based on whatever they were studying about you, it would be easy to be you because now they've watched you be you for so long. Whether in plain sight, right in your face, or behind the scenes in secret. Behind a crystal ball. Someone was traveling. That airplane, I don't know if you can hear it. Someone was in and out of their body. Patience and planning and no rest. This person has been doing this for years, beloved. With a sorcerer, with some form of dark magician. At first, when they began this astral projection and astral travel, they were fascinated by it and fixated about it, but they wanted a certain thing out of it. They didn't want to just do it for fun anymore. They were like, okay, because they had already been obsessed with you. They were obsessed with you because of your spiritual gift. You are a spiritual person. A spiritual gift is not about just prophecy or seeing or clairaudience. Spiritual gifts lie in things like, there's certain people that you can just watch them just do them because looking at them is just so captivating. They're just so, this aura that just grabs you. And it's a natural thing. It's based on that spiritual gift. Some people have the gift of the eyes. People just can't help but stare, be held captivated, be attracted. Like, it's just in who they are. So it's not just about a gift in a specific way. It's about a gift of identity. Some people's identity is just full of abundance. Their mind, their good heart, their spirit. So I'm being called to give a reference point, a case study, an example. I'm being shown a prophetic vision. I'm being called to further dive into the doppelganger energy, where back then doppelgangers was a common theme, where someone would want to steal another person's fortune of identity because they could see that person's light. They could see that person's power. And the sacrifice was that it's either you have to die or lose your mind. This sacrifice in specific, this doppelganger, was instructed by the sorcerer, the dark magician, to do things, speak things, tie things. They went to the sorcerer, this dark magician, after concluding it within themselves that they want to leave their body and be in yours. After trying the astral travel and projection, they got tired of it because it was no longer fun and they wanted more out of life. They became too obsessed with spiritual popularity, wanting to be seen a certain type of way, spoken about a certain type of way, wanting things in their life to go a certain way. And you were the perfect depiction. There's something about the way you carry your spiritual gift and gifts that this person was obsessed about. They're obsessed with you. This person was obsessed with you on a DNA level. Someone can be obsessed about cars. Someone can be obsessed about trees. but specifically the rims, the wheels of the car, or the interior of the car. Or someone can be obsessed with the bark of the trees, or how the leaves produce the photosynthesis to be the way they are. There's different things you can obsess about. It's not just, oh, I'm obsessed about this thing. What exactly? And how deep does it go? And what are you willing to do? You know? This person was willing to leave their body. And they've already been doing it. It's nothing new. They've been, but when they went to the sorcerer and the dark magician, they were given instructions. They were told, if we do this, when it works, this person will lose their mind or die. But they didn't tell this person that if it doesn't work, you will lose your mind or you will die. Because this dark magician, the sorcerer, has been doing this. These are the dark magicians and sorcerers that are so deep in the darkness that they have literally taken people's lives or made people lose their mind so that other people, man. So if she had to leave her body to be in yours, you are not the one that's going to lose your mind in the reality of it. In reality, if this was successfully done, she would just live as you. The voice would be you. The body would be you. But the heart and the mind and the spirit is them. They're just possessing your body. And then everything else, it's them. So simply put, for them to be able to successfully leave their body and get into yours, and the consequence of what you would go through, it would be mind loss. But you wouldn't go through it in the physical where you are literally losing your mind. It would be, you would leave your mind because someone else would be in there. And your spirit would wander off. They try to tie your spirit to a voodoo doll. They try to tie your spirit because that's what they were concerned about. The spirit is what is within the body, hence the spirit leaves and the body remains. And when the spirit leaves, the body dies. Because we are spirit. We just in our physical form. And that's something to be respected, not played with. It's an honor. They try to tie you to a voodoo doll. They try to tie your spirit to a voodoo doll. So that when they successfully enter your body, your spirit is tied to a voodoo doll. And they can live as you. But in the spirit, what that would have done to you, your spirit would completely be discombobulated and out of control. Your spirit would die. But first, your spirit would have to lose itself. In the spirit realm, you would be experiencing mind loss. Your spirit would be suffering. Because your spirit houses itself in your mind and your heart. So when it leaves and is tied to a voodoo doll that is pinned down to a T with these needles and all these things spoken on this voodoo doll, confirmation, all these things spoken to this voodoo doll, all these bodily fluids applied to the voodoo doll, I see it being tied to a tree, symbolic to longevity. This person wanted this to be something that is a forever thing. They wanted you tied to a specific tree that will never die. It'll be here even when you aren't or they're not. They wanted this to be a forever possessive body energy. So in the spirit realm, you would have experienced mind loss. You would be in the spirit just going crazy all over the place. Be a spirit that just roams earth with nowhere to be, no home, just nothingness. No one hears you, no one sees you, no one thinks about you because they think you're still alive. But you actually lost in the spirit realm and you are losing your mind in the spirit realm. And then eventually you die off and your spirit just turns into ash in its form. It does not exist anymore. That's what this purpose of the voodoo doll tied to a tree, that ritual, that sacrifice was for that Six of Swords. It's being highlighted that this person has stalked you for many years. You were included in this person's everyday routine. They wanted to make sure they become you. And whatever sacrifice they had to make, best believe they did. They did. So with the Six of Pentacles, they're getting nothing out of this. So many years of trying to possess your body. And all these sacrifices and rituals and chanting, it got them nothing. It got them nowhere. Nothing and nowhere. With the Four of Swords, the backfire of this is this person is going to lose their mind until they eventually lose their life. That was what was meant to happen to you just on a spiritual level. Imagine your spirit leaving your body. You leaving your body. It's you. It's you. It's your soul. Leaving your body, and now you find yourself, it's same as astral projection, as astral travel. You leave your body and you end up somewhere in an unknown territory you know nothing about. And you just roam there. You never make it back to your body. You're just tied to a freaking tree of a pinned down voodoo doll somewhere while someone is in your body and pretending to be you amongst people. And this person is so desperate. It's sickening that they're willing to study to be you, so that when they become you, they know how to act. So it's not suspicious. And even if it is suspicious, who's going to think that someone possessed you? They're going to think, oh, it's just who you are now. And they're just going to, because the people around you, they love you, they're just going to let you be. If you change the way you speak all of a sudden, if you change the way you dress, it's not going to be things that like everybody questions in a way of like something's wrong with you. People will look at you as if you just doing you. And now all of a sudden you don't want to dress like this. And this person was going to gradually just change you and put their own signature. It's like, I want to be prophetic. This, I want to be, I want to be this. So I study how this person is, study me, so that when whatever this sorcerer and dark magician, they weak work, when it's whatever successful, you've studied this and you know how to act. This just keeps blowing me, man. Someone wanted to be you so bad. We be looking at copying and like imitation as like flattery. It's not flattery, it's weird. You don't copy someone. It's okay to be inspired. We all are connected in our identities to one another. You can look at someone and like the way they speak, and you like adapt certain things about the way they speak because you like it. Or you like how someone dresses, you want to adapt the same style. It's normal. But this is not normal. Where's the fine line here? There's no order and structure in humanity. And we are so lost that this has become okay, even back then. But at least back then, these people had the decency to have shame, humiliation, and embarrassment about it. Hence, it was done in such secrecy. It was something that you don't ever speak out. But this person, and just in general, what life has become, people have no shame. Someone wanted to be you so bad, like we have the 4 of Swords, 4 of Voices. This person was studying you every single day, studying your friend groups, your moves, studying how you think and how you present yourself to the world and how you show up to the world and, how you speak and the way you do life. It was studied for years by this person, while they simultaneously working with the sorcerer and dark magician on your energy. This is game over for this person here, because the time for all of this to have worked has passed and the backfire is now active. This person is actively going insane somewhere alone, and their death is near. And it's not going to just start with the physical. It's starting with the mental death. Someone's mind is dying. Then someone's heart is going to just die. Then someone's spirit is going to die, and then their body. They're going to die from within, because that's what they literally sacrifice. They're going to be nothing inside. They're going to just be a vessel, a body, because that's the sacrifice. They already left their body. Now the results are active. This person's life, they're going to have a long life of hell as they continuously lose themselves, lose their mind, lose their heart, lose their spirit, until they eventually lose their body and perish and die. But all the while, they'll still be obsessed. All the while, they'll still be stalking every single day. Like literally, they have no shame because they can't even control it. They can't control this obsession. It's like all the work they've done on your energy, because it's backfiring, it has its effects on them. This person can't be around you without shaking and even pissing themselves, because they've tied their bodily fluids, they've tied their whole identity to being you. So as you rise, and as this weak work they were doing doesn't touch you, it returns to sender. It goes to them. And every time this person sees you, they piss themselves or they shake uncontrollably. They can't be around you in a certain, it's like they need to be a certain space. Because there's consequences if they come near you because of the sacrifice they made to be you. They can't be around you. If it ever happens that they're around you, you'll see someone here is going to act in creepy, weird, out of body ways that not only you will see, but everyone else, because it's that out of their control. They're afraid of you, but they want to be you, and they know they already made the sacrifice. They're afraid of you because now the backfire is active. When they were doing this, it seemed like it was going to work. Fear was the last thing on their mind. They were thinking about the shoes that they want to wear that you own, by the way, the hairstyle that you have on. And like, man, you sacrifice your soul for material possessions that are not even yours. This is just wild. Yeah, and now this person has no way forward. This sorcerer, this magician is telling this person, hey, we've tried everything, man. What I can do is try and slow down this reverse of the spell and the work we've done on this voodoo doll. I can try to hold the fort, hold the portal so that it doesn't swallow you. I can try to cover you so that it doesn't hit you. The reversal doesn't hit you. And that's what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to prevent the reversal to hit this person. This person has already given up on trying to leave. Now they have to live with the sacrifice they've made. And they crying to the sorcerer, this dark magician every day. Because they drank all these potions. They tied their bodily fluids to the voodoo doll, and there's things that they spoke out loud. Imagine kneeling on your knees and praying to a voodoo doll and speaking life into it in a specific way and saying things like, I want when she looks at me, when he looks at me, they just get so scared and piss themselves and shake uncontrollably. And then having to live in that truth that you spoke as you watch it come back to you. Jesus. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. This person is just in a dark hole. Whatever they spoke into this doll, that's what's happening to them. Oh, when he hears my name, they just get worked up and it bothers their spirit to the point where they can't control the rage. It just, stop talking about it. Like, man, guess what's happening to this person? They're purely in the voodoo doll. Meaning whatever they spoke of the voodoo doll is their reality. Whatever they put on the voodoo doll and whatever they tied to it and wherever it is, it's them now. And whatever was done, the work of the sorcerer and the dark magician, they're really good at it. Just not on everybody. Not everybody is bottom of the barrel. Can't put no darkness on a beacon of light. Can't put no darkness on this. Are you mad? Sis, bro, stay in your lane. They could have literally just chosen something more realistic to do. Like, I don't know, staying in their mind, staying in their body. What the hell? We have the muse of emotions. Look at that. They drank the potion to be like you. They drank many potions. So much is in this person's body that is also in this voodoo doll because they spoke certain things, they tied certain things, they bounced. It's their energy all the way in. All the way. That's something they can't come back from. Back to that. They can't undo this. They can try and prevent the reverse to hit them, but this person's even lying to the sorcerer and the dark magician. Lying and saying that they don't feel the effects of the work that was done. They think the cloaking of the energy from the reversal is working. Like, no, it's not working on me. Keep doing the reversal cloak. I don't feel what we did to this person not happening to me. I'm not losing my mind. I'm still okay. But they're lying. It's that fear. Imagine having spent years trying to be another person just to realize that you'll never be that person. And you've made this amount of sacrifice. Because back then, the techniques and methods have advanced, right? Back then, it was severe. Someone had to literally cut their hand or cut their tongue. It was a sacrifice. Or pull out an eye as an offering to this stay in your body, stay in your mind, and stay in your heart. You are going to watch someone spiral. And their whole entire life, they'll live with this regret because of that one decision that they kept making. And because this person imagine your whole life knowing damn well it'll never be anything, but you still have to live it, or kill yourself, or wait for death. You still have to live your life. They still have to live their life with the truth that the reversal is hitting them. And it's a lifetime thing. Back to that voodoo doll on that tree. It's the lifetime. Amen. It ain't popular to be spiritual. It's a calling. It's culture. Good. Thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. And if you're keen to book me for a reading, I do offer weekly signed readings on my Patreon. I offer love readings as well as ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.